Picture this. The year 1500, a Portuguese explorer, Pedro Álvares Cabral, sights the mainland of South America. It's a pivotal moment that marks the start of European settlement in Brazil. Cabral, an intrepid explorer, leads this initial foray into a land teeming with potential and untouched natural resources. A significant milestone during this period is the Treaty of Tordesillas. This treaty, inked by the major European powers of the time, essentially carves up the New World into spheres of influence. Portugal gets a slice of the pie, establishing its claims and planting the seed for future developments. Now you might wonder, why the name Brazil? Well, the newly discovered region was rich in a particular type of tree, the Brazilwood. It was so abundant, in fact, that the area fittingly earned the name Brazil. It's like naming a town Goldville during a gold rush. And so, the Portuguese crown stakes its claim, but they initially showed little interest in Brazil, focusing instead on trade with Asia. Little did they know, this distant land would become an essential part of their empire. Fast forward to the reign of John III, and the Portuguese crown begins to see Brazil's potential. The year is 1533, and Brazil is about to embark on a journey of governance. You see, John III, the Portuguese monarch of the time, had a vision for Brazil. He saw the vast lands and resources of this South American jewel, and knew it could be so much more than it was. And so, the first seeds of governance were planted. The Portuguese crown divided Brazil into 15 hereditary captaincies. These captaincies were a form of territorial administration, where each was granted to a hereditary captain. The captains were tasked with establishing settlements, managing resources, and ensuring the crown's interests were upheld. Yet, despite these plans, the road to governance was not all smooth sailing. Out of the 15 captaincies, only 2 significantly thrived, São Vicente and Pernambuco. These 2 regions stood out as shining examples of what Brazil could become. São Vicente, with its rich soils and favorable climate, became a beacon of promise and prosperity. On the other hand, Pernambuco rose to prominence through its sugar. Yes, you heard it right, sugar. This sweet commodity became Pernambuco's golden ticket, turning it into a major sugar-producing region. In fact, the sugar from Pernambuco was so sought after that it sweetened the coffers of the Portuguese crown, further underscoring Brazil's importance. So, while the journey to establish governance in Brazil was fraught with challenges and setbacks, it was not in vain. The Portuguese crown, under the reign of John III, laid the groundwork for what Brazil would become. They transformed a land of untapped potential into regions of prosperity, setting a course that would shape Brazil's future. Thus, despite initial challenges, the Portuguese began to lay the groundwork for Brazil's future. And as they say, the rest is history. But hold on to your seats, because we're just getting started. There's much more to the story of Brazil's evolution. Join us as we continue this journey in the next scene. As centuries passed, Brazil evolved, and with evolution came the quest for independence. The path to independence was not an overnight journey for Brazil. It was a process that spanned centuries, influenced by a myriad of factors. Over time, Brazil's unique identity began to crystallize, distinct from its Portuguese roots. The seeds of change were sown, sprouting into a collective desire for autonomy and self-governance. The turn of the 18th century ushered in a golden era for Brazil in the form of a gold rush. This economic boom led to the emergence of a wealthy Brazilian elite, further stoking the flames of independence. This newfound wealth and the subsequent power shift created an environment ripe for change. However, the journey to independence wasn't without its trials and tribulations. The Portuguese, keen on maintaining their stronghold, attempted to squash any signs of rebellion. But the resilience of the Brazilian spirit was not to be underestimated. Enter José Bonifácio de Andrada, a statesman who played a pivotal role in Brazil's quest for independence. He was instrumental in the formation of a Brazilian identity, one distinct from the Portuguese. His tireless efforts in the pursuit of independence were instrumental in shaping Brazil's future. The year 1822 marked a significant milestone in Brazil's history. It was the year Dom Pedro, the son of King John VI of Portugal, declared Brazil's independence. His famous cry of "Independence or death" echoed throughout the land, signaling the birth of a new nation. The road to independence was paved with challenges, but the spirit of the Brazilian people prevailed. They navigated the turbulent waters of change, steering their country towards a new era of self-governance and autonomy. And so, after centuries under Portuguese rule, Brazil was ready to step into the world as an independent nation. From a colony to a republic, Brazil's journey didn't stop at independence. This vast and varied land, with its vibrant culture and rich history, continued to evolve and grow, morphing into the Brazil we know today. After independence, Brazil grappled with the challenges of forming a new government, a new identity, and a new way of life. It was a time of upheaval and change, but also of great opportunity. The Brazilian people, resilient as they are, embraced these changes and worked tirelessly to build a new nation. Through the late 19th and 20th centuries, Brazil underwent significant transformations. It moved from a monarchy to a republic, from an agrarian society to an industrial one, and from a period of military dictatorship to a democratic government. Each of these changes brought its own set of challenges and successes, but through it all, Brazil remained a beacon of hope and potential in South America. In the modern era, Brazil has emerged as a global player on the world stage. Its economy, the largest in Latin America and the 9th largest in the world, is a testament to its growth and development. It is a leader in sectors such as agriculture, mining, manufacturing, and services. But it's not just the economy that makes Brazil stand out. Its unique culture, a blend of indigenous, African, and European influences, is celebrated worldwide. From the samba rhythms that fill the air during Carnival to the passion for football that unites the country, Brazil's cultural richness is undeniable. Of course, the journey hasn't been without its challenges. Issues such as social inequality, environmental degradation, and political instability have tested the resilience of the Brazilian people. But time and again, they have shown their ability to overcome adversity and continue their forward march. And that, my friends, is a quick journey through the rich and vibrant history of Brazil. So much more to explore, so much more to learn. But for now, we must say adios.